What's good? Welcome to First String Podcast. On today's episode of First String Podcast, we will cover a little bit of the WNBA today. WNBA All-Star Game is going on as we speak right now. And as well, we will get ready to talk about NFL training camps reporting and things like that. And Team USA surviving South Sudan today and their tune-ups for the Olympics. I hope y'all are ready. We got a good show. Let's go.
Artlist.io.
Welcome back to First String Podcast. Do not forget to like and subscribe to First String Podcast. Hit the bell to enable alerts for content. Hit the bell to enable alert for new content just like this. Don't forget to give us that good thumbs up. And the most important part is that you tell a friend to tell a friend about First String Podcast. Well, Lady A is out today. She is enjoying her day off. Said it looks like it's going to be a two-man bob and weave. I hope you're ready. Let's go.
Bob and Weave always ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So listen, we're gonna go double screens like this. Hold on 1 second. My ears and whoa, what you got going on there, sir? Had to turn it down a little bit.
Oh no, I'm moving stuff around.
You okay? All right. So said the WNBA All-Star Game is going on. It's about to kick off here in a little bit. This is the first time they've had two rookie starters since like 86 or something like that. I think is what they said. And we know
Right.
who those two starters are. That would be your girl, Angel Reese, and of course the shooter extraordinaire, Caitlin Clark. But said, I know you just now getting in. And I know the rest of y'all are. I'm gonna come to y'all here in a second. But did you see the outfits that these girls wear, man? They step their game up. When they talk about coming down that runway, they coming down that runway.
Yeah,
they doing their thing.
yeah. I
They
seen the
doing
little
their thing.
preview they did on them. They did a little preview on the outfits that they've been wearing to the games and stuff. Coming in like just like some NBA players come in. They come in dimed up, dressed up, dripped up, ready to go.
Yeah.
Like they straight out of the fashion magazine.
And they doing their thing.
They're supposed to do.
Right now, they're about to get their introductions on. So listen, Dump Truck Don was the first person in the building today. He beat Bruce. He said, he said, Bruce slept in line. Bruce, I slept in line overnight. To beat you in here. So Bruce hasn't checked in yet as well. So we hope Bruce is good to go. Mike said, good evening. Hey, lady. And Droop's in the building. He said, what's up to everybody? Hawk TV's in the building. Say it. He said, what's up to everybody? Yeah. Harlem Shake. Hawk. He said toothpick. I'm loving the locks. I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. I got a little hang time back there. Right now. It's getting long. It's been it's going on 2 years. This will be my second year. Yeah, right. I just completed my first year here. Right in August. It'll be in August. Will be my second year with them. Jesse, what's up, man? Hey, Jesse, would you like to join the show right now, Jesse? And you got my number, so hit me up and I'll send you the link if you want to join in. So get ready to jump in. What's up? At my local racetrack watching. Oh, okay. Oh, so you are really out right now. You're really out. 150 miles going past you. No, you can't join the show. That's too much noise. What's happening, Michael? Appreciate you jumping in as well. I think you just joined the show from oh, hold on, wait. I can't. I'm at a race. Yeah, I got you. Shut up, Don. Toothpick with the extra strong forehead. Yeah, my forehead is extra strong, Don, but you get off of that forehead though. I know you at the race. Got you. Listen. So they're doing the intros right now. For the WNBA. Said we've talked about the WNBA for a while, right?
Right.
And we kept saying it's not just Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, it's this strong rookie class that they had that came in. And these girls are good. They're balling, right? I got you, Jesse. Let me know if you can join next Saturday. Next Saturday. If you can join next Saturday, we'll get you in here, okay? It was this strong rookie class, and we say this. I think Fred Smoot is the one that comes on and says, "This generation or this draft right here is the one where it's going to take some people's jobs, right? It's going to take some people's jobs, some people who have been in the WNBA that haven't stepped in, stepped up, or done whatever." What do you think about this draft class that the WNBA got in there right now?
Well, I mean, what you can say about this draft class is they came in with a lot of fanfare and a lot of hype. They did, and many of these young ladies have gone out to their prospective teams, and they've shown up and they've shown out. The bigger the crowds, the better they're playing, the more competitive games have been, and a lot of times it's coming down to one or two of these young ladies who first year rookies are making some big shots going down the stretch. I mean, you can't discount what they're doing, and they've done it well. So I'm not surprised. The only thing I am surprised about is the attendance is actually still up the way it was up. That it's not fading off like most of us thought at one point. It may be hot early, but it may fade off late. I mean, there are some teams who get more shine than others, but all the teams are still getting the decent amount of shine. They're getting a decent amount of people in there into these stadiums. They're moving to bigger venues so that they can get more people into the venue, which they are. If they don't sell the bigger venues, they're pretty close to selling the bigger venues. So it's a win-win for them because they can only make money when they get what? Most sponsors.
Right. What are? Oh my God. Okay, yeah, you're right. It's training camp, Don. I got you, bro. I got you, John. I got you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate you. Moving fast. Yes, they are doing their thing just like you just said. But the other part about it too is this isn't like the start of the WNBA. Don't forget, you still have people like Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, right? I think this is Diana's last year. Brittany Grinder, right? Just like Michael just said, Brittany Grinder. Those people that came, Candace Parker. I think this is Candace's last year as well. Did she retire last year? No, this is her retiring year right here. They did the work, and now this rookie class is coming in. They get to go take it to the next level, right? So, it's just that it's just like that. It's just they get to take it to the next level and perform even better and get some more young ladies involved in the sport and going to the next level. So yeah, so happy for them. And then this All-Star game is Team USA versus I think it's the World. I think that's what it is. I think that's the approach they took this year with them. I have to check. But speaking of Team USA, let's talk about this men's basketball team that people are saying there's no team like the original Dream Team, right?
Right.
But this team that they have right now, Team USA men's basketball, is loaded with talent. Right?
Right.
Said they beat South Sudan today by 2 points. And trailed for a good portion of the game. South Sudan had the lead for like 22 plus minutes, right? And they had a substantial lead on Team USA. Team USA fought back. But should we be alarmed? Because South Sudan is a team that literally just became its own team. They have a couple of NBA players on the team. I think they have 2 NBA players on the team and a lot of other people that will probably wind up in the NBA. They had a nice guard on there. It's nasty guard on there that was just doing what he wanted when he wanted, got to spots that he wanted to. And Team USA put some of their best defenders on him, and he was doing whatever he wanted to do. Again, going wherever he wanted to go on the court. Should we be worried?
I mean, this is the NBA. These are NBA players that are playing for their own country. I mean, who's surprised? I mean, at this point, you can't be surprised. Those guys come over here to the NBA. They get the experience of playing against NBA players, how they play, how they practice, what they do. So when they go home for the Olympics, they say, look, this is what we're doing. This is how they do it. This is what happens during the playoffs. They're taking that mentality and they're using it against the United States. I mean, what does it say?
Yeah. Okay,
because remember now, back in the day when it was a dream team, you didn't have European players leaving not like they are now, going back home and playing for their home team. You might have one or two go back, so I'm gonna play, yada yada yada. But most of them didn't go. Most of them stayed here. But now you got a younger generation. I'm gonna go play for my home squad. Luka. I don't think I think they're out of it. They got put out.
Yeah, they did. They didn't make it.
So what are you going to say?
I think they lost to the French team. I think they lost to the French team and Victor Wembanyama. I think that was I think Luka and them lost to Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying.
And that French team is loaded. And that French team is loaded.
These are they're NBA players. They're playing on their prospective NBA team. Now they're playing as a collective on their country team. They're still NBA players. They may not be LeBron, but there are collective players who have done very well. They're a collective role player. They know their role. They're doing what they're supposed to do. And let's put it where it's at. South Sudan came out with a strategy. They came out and executed that strategy, and they were doing very well. But again, all it takes is one little slip up to open a crack in the door, and here they come.
And they was hitting threes. They was hitting bombs. Today.
Right.
So it's WNBA. It's Team WNBA versus Team USA. That's the WNBA format. It's not versus the world. It's Team USA versus Team WNBA. Right. So the last thing I forgot to say is Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, just to bounce back real fast because I forgot this point. I had to look at my notes. This is the first time that they're going to be teammates. So, let's see who winds up with the MVP. Not saying that it may absolutely go to Team WNBA or, whichever team they're. Yeah, I think they're representing Team WNBA. It may not go to one of them because they may cancel each other out. So someone else could wind up being an MVP. But I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see how this works out and get these stats and see what their stat lines look like. And is this All-Star game going to look terrible like the men's All-Star game? You know how the men's All-Star game is. Nobody plays D. They're coming out to get their dunks. They're coming to do all that. Just a real circle back, No,
it's not going to look crazy. No, it's not going to look crazy because you got Team USA that play for the WNBA. It's a bunch of rookies going to come out here and do this to me. So it's going to be a competitive game because when they put Angela Reese and Caitlin Clark on there, they're like, they're trying to embarrass us.
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee that's their mindset right now. But them coming to play this game, this All-Star game. They're saying, look, they're gonna try to embarrass us. They're gonna try to get us win. Now it's gonna be a competitive game. Watch us.
Yeah, that's all. That's all we can look forward to, right? I mean, we're in July right now. We're in July. And if it wasn't for the Olympics, which starts here in a little, I think next week, right?
The 26th.
We're all about what we're about to talk about here in a little bit because it's almost time to kick off this NFL camps, right?
The camp start. All-Star game is what? 13 days from All-Star game?
Yeah, 13. Before the Hall of Fame game.
Mm-hmm.
Before the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Hall of Fame. It's the
Hall of Fame game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 13 days before the Hall of Fame. So let's transition right now to that topic, okay? Let's transition to training camps. And I messed it up. I was doing a bunch of things at once. So my bad. It's training camp time, not training came time. My bad on that. Fire the graphics department. They haven't been fired in a long time. Anyway, what are you looking forward to your team doing? And this is for everybody in the chat. In training camp, what do you want to see them accomplish in training camp? That's the question for everyone to answer in the chat, if you would. Because I'm looking for my team to identify a left tackle. You can't do that in OTAs, right? Because in OTAs, there's no hitting, there's no doing all of that, right? this is the time when the offensive line gets to do their thing. This is the time when the defensive line gets to do their thing. So I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to stand out at that left tackle position. Is the offensive line going to get better? That's what I'm looking forward to seeing. What are you looking for from your team, said from the Falcons?
Well, I mean, we got a bunch of stuff we got to work on, man. First of all, they haven't totally cleared Kirk Cousins, but he's still out there practicing. He's still there trying to get timing down. Kyle Pitts this will be his second year coming out of that torn ACL. So his weight from the videos I saw, his weight is down. He's moving better. He's moving in and out of breaks better. It's a contract year, so you know.
Oh yeah, he's gonna stay out of the contract year.
Out of him. And then what I was reading earlier this morning is that the guy they drafted last year in Phillips is competing with Mike Hughes for a cornerback spot, which is good. You know, so you know we actually need both of those guys. One of those guys can play slot, but we need both of those guys. But most of all, the thing I'm really worried about most of all is the defensive line, offensive line. Defensive line, because we were like 30 or 31 in pressure from defensive ends. This was last year,
right?
So we passed on a pass rush.
Some good defense, some good pass rushes. Yeah,
in the first, we passed on one in the first round. So I mean, maybe they saw something that we don't know about. But then offensively, the offensive line, have they patched it up enough to give Kirk Cousins enough time to find an open receiver and get the ball to him? Because we know if you give him time, he'll find one, he'll throw it to him, they'll be able to run.
Yeah, you're right. He gonna check it down. You're right.
Right.
He gonna stat pad.
And then last but not least, we got to have a wide receiver with speed that can stretch the defense. We got a bunch of possession receivers, tall, but we don't have one that's going to say, okay, check this out. I wish you would bite on this dope move. I'm out of that.
Yeah, well, Michael's in here, and now Michael Underwood is in the chat for real. He says, I believe the Commanders will use their tight ends to help the left and right tackles. I believe you're right. I believe any coach that's worth their weight in salt, you know, it all starts with protection. It all starts with your offensive line being able to protect your quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, so that they can accomplish the things they need to accomplish downfield. And when you have some pass rushers the way the NFC East is set up, and some of the pass rushers we're going to see playing the AFC North this year, you have to start up front. You have to get that the edges protected. You have to protect your quarterback. You have to make sure that you're sliding the line in the right way and things like that. So, Michael, I believe you're absolutely right here. That was part of the reason why the last regime couldn't get anything going offensively. They refused to help out the tackles when they needed to. They clearly could see that they couldn't block one-on-one. But the other side of that, too, is, which is my next concern for the Commanders, is a pass rush. How many people will we bring this year, right? Because last year, I know this is a new team. You got a new defensive coordinator and Bobby Witt Jr. Last year, we only sent the front four. You know, Chase, Sweat, Allen, Payne. We would send them guys and rotate them. There was no linebacker coming. There was no. We would drop those guys into zones, but we wouldn't be like a zone blitz. We overloading one side, right? I want to see how we're going to create pressure, right? Frankie Louvu, and guys like that. Are we going to put Jamin Davis's hand in the dirt, or is he going to be blitzing off that weak side with all that speed that he has, right? Let's find out what we can do with this young man, with this whole front, really. Allen and Payne, will they get to double-digit sacks again? Will they force that pocket to collapse from the inside out? And then we got to have somebody coming off the edge, because I want to see who that is. So Michael's expressing another concern, which is leading right into my next one. You already hit this one, Sid, for the Falcons. But last year, our secondary got torched, and he's concerned about our corners as well. Starting corners last year was St. Jude's, and we had Kendall Fuller, right? We don't have Kendall Fuller, and we had Emmanuel Forbes. So that's a spot that's not too deep. We did draft a slot corner, hopefully, out of Michigan. I'm not gonna butcher his name today. I got to practice his name some more. We drafted a young man out of Michigan, the captain. I want to see if he's able to crack the starting lineup and what type of havoc he can confuse. Say what do you know about a good slot corner? Say it. What can a good slot corner do for you?
I mean, that's kind of what we're talking about here with uh, Phillips and Hughes in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
It's a battle between the two to see who's going to get that other DB spot on the opposite side.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, the one that loses out may become the slot corner. That's a good thing that they have such competition. They're having to try to figure out which one. That means when you got a good slot corner who's able to stay in there and do his thing quick enough to stay the wide receiver, that makes it hard on the quarterback. Because now that's one less player he can look to because they already have it taken care of, to the fact that, hey, yeah, he a corner, but he fits a slot, but he's slot corner. He's long, he's rangy, he's fast, and that makes it hard on quarterback. But at the same time, that same person could actually somebody end up on a tight end who's quarterback best friend is a tight end, and then
Best friend
problem as well. So
yeah.
I mean, a good slot corner is worth his weight in gold, literally.
Yeah, you better believe that. You better ask the Kansas City Chiefs, because remember when that last play, that fourth down that San Fran had, that fourth down before they went to the overtime, that slot corner came on a blitz, and don't forget last year Kansas City had the number 2 defense in the league, but that slot corner, when they started sending him at Brock Purdy, it because you don't know if they blitzing or if they stand in man, if they drop it to a zone, a good slot corner really is worth his weight in gold, right? And you either have a good slot corner or you don't. Slot corner will help them with the fast slot receivers, is what Michael is saying here, is fast slot receivers and those tight ends. And then a quarterback's best friend is the running game, is what Don is saying here. So Don, we're expressing concerns here, right? But that is true. That is true. And Mike agrees with what he's saying. He's saying facts. That's absolutely true. But what are your concerns, and what do you want to see your team do in training camp to improve, Don? You can tell us what the Raiders need to do. You can tell us what the Commanders need to do. I know you got like a couple of different teams that you follow. Hawk TV, I know you're still in the building. Tell me what you're concerned about. Drew, what's going on with the Cowboys? What are you concerned about? You guys are in the building. Let us know what you think, and what concerns do you have for your teams this year in training camp, and you want to see them improve. Hey, I'm going to give you a quick scoring update here for this WNBA All-Star game. And this first quarter is flying, said. These ladies are balling. So Team USA is up 21-17 versus Team WNBA. I got just under 2 minutes left in the first quarter right now. But on my TV, it's 18-13, and it's about 3 minutes left. So I'm live on my computer with the game going and watching on my TV. My TV's behind. So,
but it's pretty much what I said.
It's competitive. It's competitive as hell.
The rookies are in red, or the pink.
Yep. Yeah, and that's Team WNBA.
The Team USA is in white, and it's just like I said. It's a competitive game, and it's gonna be as a flow. They're taking it serious. They're taking it. This is a fight that they got these all-stars, and I haven't had the chance to look at the numbers. I'm not sure who was even favored in this game. I didn't get a chance to check the numbers.
I got you. Team USA is actually
the over under on. Give me the over under on that. What you got?
It was Team USA was favored. I meant to do it before it kicked off too. Team USA was favored by 14.
Let me see if I can.
I think it was 14. I think it was 14.
Okay, I got it right here. It says the line was Team USA minus 6.5. The over under was 191.5. Combined score 191.5 over under for this game.
Hey, the way they scoring right now, I'm gonna take the over. Because I got it 21-20 right now. Team USA is up 21-20. And you said it was going to be competitive. You said it was not going to be like the guys' NBA game. So if you guys aren't watching this, along with watching us, one eye here, one eye there, like that, cross them whichever way you want to do it. But yeah, these ladies are balling. It's a really good game right now. Okay, let's get back to the subject. Drew says the Cowboys need to sign Micah and Lamb. This is that time of the year too, said where people do start signing those contracts. So we should be getting some signings coming up here soon, right? About some people, maybe Brandon Ayuk get signed during camp. Who knows? But any position battles you concerned about there, Drew, for the Cowboys? I want to see our Commanders' offensive line gel and protect Jalen and not have him running for his life like Sam did last season. That's part of like what you pointed out earlier. You pointed out earlier that the tight ends will be used to help the right and left tackle. I believe that. Don also said that, the running game is a quarterback's best friend. I think our running back room is solid. I think we have a solid running back room, right? No matter which way you put them, one or two, Brandon Robinson and Austin Eckler are legit 1 and 2 running backs in the league. Our third running back, Rodriguez, had some carries last year. He fumbled a little bit too. But I think we can literally pound teams into submission with our running game.
Pause.
No pause.
Pause.
No pause.
Pause.
The Steelers. The Steelers literally. I did say Brian Robinson. Right? I did say Brian Robinson, right?
I don't know. What was he talking about? What is he talking about?
He said Brian Robinson, you got to like rolling his eyes or whatever. So I don't know. I just know that our running back room is legit, right? Whoever that fourth running back is, that's going to be a special team. I don't know, but that's how they're really going to make the team. I think Chris Rodriguez is going to make the team. He's going to have to be a returner, some way, form, or fashion, or a personal protector. As well, I said Brandon. I did not say Brandon. I know Brian's name. There's no way I called him Brandon Robinson. I'll go check the tape, Said. I'm gonna check the tape.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing Brandon Robinson.
I said Brian Robinson and Austin Eckler are legit 1 and 2, and I said then Chris Rodriguez is our third guy. I think his name is wrong. I think it's Gonzalez or something like that. I could be wrong about that. He got carries last year and he put the ball on the ground a little bit. So, hey, Don, if you say I said Brandon, I'm pretty sure I didn't, but okay. Our wide receiver room. Everyone's saying that, we need Brandon Ayuk. I think we need another wide receiver. I don't think it needs to be Brandon Ayuk. But you go Terry, Jahan, and then you're hoping on a rookie and McCaffrey that he can do his thing, right? But you need a solid wide receiver. We had Curtis Samuels last year. Curtis dealt with some injuries. And then we had Jahan, who was on a sophomore slump. You need a big bounce back season from Jahan. And you need Terry to continue to do his thing. And hopefully he has the quarterback that he's going to have for the rest of his career here.
Right.
We already talked about the tackle, Don. We already talked about the tackle. Word is early too. Word coming out of camp early is that the TCU guard that we drafted, who also played tackle before, TCU needed a guard, so they moved him inside. That he is holding his own right now before the vets report. And I think the vets report Wednesday. I think they report by Wednesday. Maybe it's Tuesday that they report, but he's going to get some serious work when John Allen and those guys get in. Let's see what we're talking about here. Our GMs won't go after no one else in free agency. They said that because they want to roll over $36 million in cap this season for next season, which will give them almost $100 million in caps next season. And I got you. I understand that. But I'm not saying go after somebody in free agency. What I'm saying is this: somebody's going to get cut. A wide receiver is going to get cut. That should make a team, right? And you could probably pick that person up for less than, 10 mil, whatever, right? You watch other teams' waiver wires, who they put on waivers, who they send out the door, things like that. And you can pick them up and save yourself some money. No, you don't have to go after a top-notch wide receiver, but you need a solid third option, is what I'm saying. And then that will give the rookie time to develop just in case he's not where he used to. Don't forget, this guy used to play quarterback. He used to play quarterback, and he just switched positions to wide receiver. Now, y'all tell me, I know y'all going to name some names. I'm going to take those names away from you right now. Guys that have gone from quarterback to wide receiver. It's not a lot of them. There are a very few of them, like Antoine Randall, who was a quarterback in college and converted to wide receiver. But you guys, that's not really an easy transition. You got to have speed. You got to know how to get open. You got to know how to settle moves. You got to be a great route runner. So y'all continue to name people that went from wide receiver to quarterback. Just throw the names in the chat if y'all think it's that easy. And yes, there is another fact that I do like about Christian McCaffrey's ability to do this is that he has a father that played wide receiver in the league. Right? He'll be a surprise just for a reason. Terrell. Who's Terrell? You talking about Terrell Pryor? I know you're not talking about Terrell Pryor. That's a blip of a career. You talking about Terrell Pryor? I hope. Yep. Played for the Raiders at quarterback. He did. You're absolutely right. He did. He played for the Raiders at quarterback. I don't know where Sayed went, but he'll be back. He played for the Raiders at quarterback, and he transitioned over to wide receiver, but wasn't successful. Would you say he had a successful career in the league? You hit the wrong button, Sayed?
Yep.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that he had a successful career in the league. I say he had a career. He had a career, but I'm not saying a successful career. You could say Antoine Randall had a successful career in the league.
True.
Right? A very successful career in the league, and now he's coaching. Right? I think he had 1,000 at wide receiver with Cleveland. Yeah, he did. He that was one season. But how many games did Cleveland win that year? Did they go to the playoffs? Did they win a game? Did he win any games in the playoff? Did he carry them? Was he a legit number one wide receiver? And then what happens the following year? He comes to Washington. He's catching tennis balls and stuff like that. But I believe he probably gave us like maybe four first downs, right? Devontae Adams said on receiver, they paid me a lot of damn money to catch touchdowns and first downs. Is that not what he said?
That's what he said.
He said they pay me a lot of damn money to catch touchdowns and first downs, right?
Right.
Our punt return veterans from last season fit the third wide receiver. You're talking about Crowder. You're talking about Jamison Crowder, right? I think Jamison's the fourth wide receiver. I think he's the fourth or fifth wide receiver. He's getting old. Like, he couldn't even crack the lineup last year with Curtis Samuel injured. Like, he played, but he could not knock any of those guys out of the starting lineup. I want somebody challenging to be a legit number one, a legit number two, right? Like Brandon Ayuk is a legit second option, right? But when Debo's out of the game, he's not a game changer. They just cut Dak Mills. Hey, you talking about the fair catch gangster now. That's the fair catch gangster. Him and Diami, I don't think they make the team this year. I'm just telling you.
Man, get off Diami, man.
What
that dude.
What Diami need to do is get off my roster. Get off my roster. That's what you're holding up spots when you're not going to catch nothing. He said, that's great news. That is great news. Okay. All right. Say it. You got any more concerns?
No, I mean, like I said, my concerns that I have right now is the defensive line wise. Grady Jarrett, another person coming off ACL tear. They say he's ahead of schedule. Bunch of rookies, but again, we didn't really address the edge rushers. Plus, we got a new defensive coordinator. They kind of did the other one dirty. They held on to him when people were asking about him. and then they got a new head coach, and new head coach want to bring his own defensive coordinator in, and then they let him go. So they did him dirty. And there was only bright spot about the team last year was the defense kept us in a few of those games, kept us from getting blown out, and kept it competitive for us. But you know, everything with my squad is new. So defensive line got to show up. Edge rusher got to show up. Especially, all I'm gonna tell you, if Dallas Turner makes it to the All-Star game, it's a failure by the Falcons. Failure with a big F.
If he makes it to the All-Star game, what are you talking about?
If he makes it to the All-Star game as a rookie, it's a big F for the Falcons because they had their choice. They had their choice. Because again, Penix is not going to see. He's not going to see no parts of the field.
No parts of the field.
But he's going to have to have a mini Joe Theismann. He's going to have to break a leg.
But he will be ready. He will be ready. Don't you think that he will be ready?
Still a rookie.
Nah, come on, Sad. You don't think he's going to be ready?
We'll see. He's going to get plenty of preseason run. We're going to see. That's going to be the only thing you're going to see. He's going to get plenty of preseason run. And we'll be able to see firsthand during the preseason what he can and cannot do, what he can and cannot read, what can he get out of pocket, can he scramble, can he throw on the run. We're gonna find all this out during the preseason games with the kickoff. They're gonna do all of that and say it might be the Tar Heel in me, but I feel like Diami might do something this year.
Hey, listen, I'm just gonna tell you like this: when you have speed to give, speed to burn, and you can't get open, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I mean, everybody in the NFL is fast, and you have some people that are faster than most, right? And Diami's one of those people that's faster than most. But he's in 3 years, man, you barely got double-digit catches combined. No. Any other GM, any GM worth their salt would have cut Diami by now. Any GM worth their salt would have cut down Diami by now because this is a production type business, right? And if you're active every week and we're getting you on the field and you're not producing, you're hurting my team. You're hurting my team. Don is sitting over here saying that Brandon Ayuk was not. He had a fantastic year, but he said he was not even their first, second, or third option. He's saying 1 was McCaffrey, 2 was Debo, 3rd was Kittle, which makes Brandon Ayuk the fourth dude. And Don, you're absolutely right. His numbers were very good. My goodness, man! I remember when he was just so little. Now looks like he's ready to play for Georgia Bulldogs.
Hello.
You gonna say hi? No, he's just gonna mute us. Okay, cool. All right. Well, Don, what are you saying here? You said speed don't mean a thing if you don't catch the ball or get open. You're absolutely right. Quarterbacks have to be on time because when Johnny Newton gets healthy, he's going to be a menace to quarterbacks. That is another concern, man. That is another concern. Is when will Johnny Newton be healthy, right? My man, Jimmy Neutron. When will he be healthy, right? These Bama's drafted De'Ami Brown over Amon-Ra St. You're absolutely right. They did, and he's a monster. And he pointed out De'Ami's name. He pointed out De'Ami's name on receiver.
Philly.
We're not doing nothing with Philly. Kevin White was fast too, out of the league before you even knew it. Absolutely right. Speed doesn't mean anything if you don't catch the ball, and I believe De'Ami has more drops than catches. So we'll see. One thing that I'm not concerned about is Washington's safety position. I think that's one spot where they are loaded at. You have my man Defoe coming back. You have Cherry back there, I think his name is. They brought in another veteran. We lost Cam. But I think safety is one of those positions where we will absolutely have a strong showing this year. Mike, what do you think about that? Dr. Don, what do you think about our safety position this year? We all know our corners is probably the weak spot of the secondary. Jeremy Chin. Yeah, you're right. I knew it was something with a C. It's Jeremy Chin. I don't have my rosters up yet, Don, but I will have my rosters up here in a little bit. All right, Mike, I'm asking you about safeties now. He says Jahan Dotson better take advice from Duck Truck. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you got to catch that ball. No drops. No, shut up, Don. I just don't have my rosters up. When I get my rosters up, you know I have my screens. I don't have my rosters up, Don. What about the corners? Forbes is not good last year. Okay, so Mr. Wilson's in the building. Yeah, we talked corners already. We already said that we were concerned about them, but we think that the coaches this year will help them. I think that the coaches this year will help them. I think that they'll get their techniques right. I think that they won't put Forbes on Brown so he can get bullied all year. I did call him Cherry. You're right, Don. I don't think they'll do things like that. I think they will put him in better positions. I think they won't just go man to man all day. I think they'll do some man zones, some man dogs. They'll blitz the corners. They'll be a little bit more aggressive with them. It may look like a man concept from the beginning and turn out to be a zone. And then they may put them in positions where they're watching more film and they understand what's going on in the route concepts and things like that. And they'll let these guys go attack the ball. I think I said a couple of years ago, that I believe that these coaches were coaching them to let the wide receivers catch the ball and then tackle them.
But see, the thing is now, similar to the Falcons, you got to have a new defensive coordinator. So you guys really don't know what to expect either. You don't know how they're going to react to the new defensive scheme. You don't know if they're going to come in and attack. It's all about how comfortable they can get between now and the start of the season. So as they go into the preseason, how they are the defenses do the new defensive scheme, how they fit in, what they're doing, the different concepts, because they're going to be using different concepts this year from what they did last year. You know, with the last regime that's gone, similar to Atlanta. Like I said earlier, they held on to the defensive coordinator until they hired the head coach. The head coach decided to bring his own guy in. They should just let him go before the draft when people was asking about it. You know, that was a little petty, but I mean, I don't know what the thing about that was, but hey, you know, it's a business. And that's why a lot of those players, you know, they have no loyalty, because the owners have no loyalty. It's a business.
Yeah. Alex, Mr. Wilson again says, what about the tight end position? What does Eckler have left? Don't forget, we also drafted a tight end, right? We drafted a rookie tight end this year. Very productive rookie that we drafted. Man, I should have pulled my rosters up, but it's too late to do that now. We have our blocking tight end. We still have him. We still have some young people coming back off of torn ACLs. Our guy, God, dog, man, I really should have pulled my rosters up. My God, come on, Dump Truck Don. What's his name? He tore his ACL last year. Everybody was high on him. He's got a lot of speed. He's a converted quarterback. I can't think of his name right now. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But we have him coming back. So our tight ends, it may be a good room. And I think that Ertz is there to show these guys how to be a professional tight end, because that room was really young, had no leadership in it. You had Cole Turner. You got Cole Turner in the room, but Cole Turner's not the one that Sammy Reyes. That's who I'm thinking. No, get out of here. Not Sammy Reyes. It's not Sammy Reyes. It's not Sammy Reyes. It's the other. Oh my God. Kamadi Rogers. Rogers is his name. Rogers is the one that hurt himself. He's fast. He's big. He played quarterback. He knows how to get open. The coaches were looking for him to do something really good last year, and he got hurt. So we got to see what he does. So we got Cole Turner. Yeah, Amani Rogers. That's what I said. Yeah, Amani Rogers. And Bates. That's his name. We got Bates as our blocking tight end. So I think Ertz is going to bring some leadership to that room, and that room is going to have to step up this year. Cole Turner could absolutely be someone that gets cut. What do y'all think about that? If Cole Turner shows nothing this year, do you think that these guys stay loyal to him? I mean, we talked about that. We talked about Diami, right? Diami not doing so much. Cole Turner has to show up this year. What do you think? Somebody let me know. What you think, Sid?
No, not really. It's not the offensive coordinator y'all have. Y'all don't have an offensive coordinator that highlights tight ends. Even though this same tight end went to a place where he was at, he went to a place following him. Numbers were just mediocre. So is he going to come in and make the tight end a priority again, or institute them more into the game? Because remember, Zerks he came from Arizona.
Yeah, he did.
He was the head coach of Arizona.
Yup, the offensive coordinator.
So he knows the big thing about that is he knows the offensive scheme.
Yep.
He knows the offensive scheme. He knows which way it's supposed to run. I mean, that's part of it. But the fact is, even when he was there, it wasn't. Well, I mean, I don't know how many plays he called because Kyler Murray sometimes do his own thing. He don't between playing Call of Duty and deciding he ain't gonna throw the ball to the person. You just never know what he's doing.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be his first full year back healthy as well, going off his injury. So it's gonna be interesting. It's quite a few storylines across the NFL are going into this year. It's gonna be interesting. That's one of them. Arizona's an interesting job. The defense played well last year. Offense was trash. So it's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be an interesting job as well.
Well, Alexander Wilson has another question here. He goes, question who's going to be a surprise cut this year? I absolutely just told you. It could be Cole Turner. And Dumpster Don says it right. He says they got no loyalty to nobody they didn't draft. And I guarantee you this too. Ron Rivera kept all of his draft picks, right? He would not cut a draft pick. I don't think that's happening this year. I think you have to really earn your spot onto the roster this year. So that means if you're a late round draft pick and you get chances, you have to make those count. Everybody's a victim. Everybody can be a victim, right? If you mess up, you're not catching the ball, you're not concentrating. There are some people like Rosemary, what's his name? Rosemary what? Saint what?
Rosemary Saint
St. James, St. John. What's his name, man? Saint something.
Now it's on the tip of my tongue. I've been saying his name all day.
Rosemary St. Jack, right?
St. Jack, yeah. Okay.
All right.
They pulled up a stat on him, and I don't think very many people. There's a lot of people. Trust me, a lot of people miss it. They're seeing it now. That the stat was any ball thrown toward him. Out of the 88 catches, he dropped zero.
And the job of wide receivers to do what? What is it to do?
Catch the ball.
Catch touchdowns and first downs.
Yep.
That's what they pay you money for. I'm not making this up. One of the best wide receivers in the league told you this. He said they pay me a lot of damn money to catch touchdowns and first downs. Money. Doc says it all the time. The money down is third down. If you can make yourself available on third down and the quarterback can trust you, you can make a lot of money in the NFL. So with this kid not dropping anything, it said we had me and you. I sent you that clip of him in rookie minicamp with that outstanding catch that he had, right?
Right.
My man went up. The ball was nowhere near his catch radius. And somehow he came down with it. And everybody went bananas. Anthony Lynn is our offensive coordinator. Oh, no, he's the running backs coach. The offensive coordinator is Cliff Kingsbury, whose job it is to develop a quarterback and to put him in the best possible position. And let's look at this too, say it. Let's look at this real quick. Let's compare the talent that Caleb Williams has to the talent that Jalen Daniels have, right? It's clear that Chicago has more talent on offense. You said they gave him everything that Justin Fields needed. Yep. Right? They gave Caleb Williams everything that Justin Fields needed. And if you look at what we have here in Washington, we do have a legit number one wide receiver. We have our number two wide receiver needs to come along, right? We're questioning the tight end room right now and who's going to step up. Is it going to be Ertz? How much does he have left in the tank? And our running back room is probably solid as well. But the engine that makes all of this go is the offensive line.
Yep.
And that offensive line is lackluster right now. We got concerns at the tackle position. We really maybe have two legit starters on the offensive line, and nobody's a Pro Bowler or all Pro. So there is some money to be made here. Saying it's fading on me, so we about to get off of here real soon.
Oh no, I'm not fading.
Okay, so it is some talent disparity between the number 1 draft pick going to Chicago and the number 2 pick coming to Washington. But if I had to go with anything right now, I trust our coaching staff more than the coaching staff in Chicago, because they could all be wiped out next year because they didn't think they was going to make it this year. Right? I really am interested in what's going to happen, man. I really want to know. I can't wait to get to this season and see how this team develops and see how we progress and who's ready to step into stardom. Who's ready to go get it? Are you ready for football, Fed?
For sure.
I hope y'all are ready for football. I hope y'all are ready for football because we're not that far away. We are not that far away at all. So, Sid, you know what we got coming up Tuesday? We got Anthony Armstrong coming to us on Tuesday. Armstrong coming to us on Tuesday, former wide receiver in the NFL, and we're going to literally go around the league and see who has the best wide receiver room. We're going to ask questions about what makes an outstanding wide receiver. What do guys need to do to improve from year 1 to year 2 to year 3, year 4, year 17 to stay in the league? We're going to ask all these questions. If you guys have not watched Receiver, I suggest that you do so because you're going to have some questions. Some of the ones that me and Sid are going to ask Anthony Armstrong on Tuesday. So get yourselves ready. Go do your homework. I promise you won't be mad if you go watch Receiver on Netflix. It's some legit questions that got to be asked here, and we got a wide receiver so we can ask some of these questions. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. Don't forget, check back in with us on Tuesday. We'll have Anthony Armstrong, former Washington Redskin and NFL wide receiver. We're going to ask a lot of questions. So get ready. Get your popcorn ready, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. We appreciate each and every one of you guys in the chat. And if you're watching this on replay, we also appreciate you guys too. Please do not forget to give us that good thumbs up. Leave us a rating or comments. We always appreciate those, and I answer those back when I get them. No matter what time I get them, I do answer those back, and I always thank everyone for doing so. Man, don't forget to tell a friend about First String Podcast. Sid, did we cover everything?
Yes, we got it all.
We got it all. We got it all in under an hour. We're going to call it an OG classic, right? Shouts out to my son, United States Air Force. First String Podcast, second to none. Come get some. Tell him, Sid.
Go Dogs.
Raise hell.
Artlist.io